Hi, I'm Adele. Before you listen to my story, please click like and subscribe. As I lived in an orphanage, my biggest dream was to have a family. But that wasn't easy, especially with me being different. Yep, I looked cute and delicate on the outside, but physically, I was a real strong girl. One day when I was 3, the warden called me to her room to meet the couple who wanted to adopt me. I was so happy when my potential dad came forward to shake hands. But suddenly, he yelled out that I was crushing his bones. Oh no, what did I do? I dropped his hand instantly and ran off. Needless to say, they didn't adopt me. Another time, it came so close. The couple was about to sign the papers. Just then, a girl threw a ball at me. I caught it and threw it back at her, but it went flying straight into my future mom's face. Ouch! This way, I kept ruining my own adoption chances for years. When I was 10, I sadly watched 2 of my roommates getting adopted, and one of them said to me, "I know you want a family too. There's one thing you can do for it. Try not being yourself when that day comes. You know what I mean." She was right. If my extreme strength was the only thing stopping me from getting a family, I had to hide it inside. Then one day, another couple arrived, and they seemed just perfect. I crossed my hands behind my back, determined not to mess up this time. To my great surprise, they walked up to me and picked me. Yippee! I'd finally found a family. And surprisingly, they already had a daughter my age. Polly looked delighted to see me and immediately hugged me tight. But the second my parents left, she pushed me away. Ew, get off, you orphan. Don't spoil my Gucci dress. Ugh, you probably don't even know what Gucci is. Who knows what kind of slum you were born in? I stood in shock, but then I saw a bee buzzing near Polly's neck. I pushed her away with force, and she just flew. I tried to hold her and stop her, but I accidentally tore her shirt. Ugh, how dare you, you moron! I'm gonna kick your butt back to your rat hole now. What? No, I didn't want to go back. I told her about my real strength, apologized, and requested her not to say anything to her parents. And she agreed, but on one condition. I had to do whatever she said. I decided to go by that. Soon, I got enrolled in Polly's school, and when the teacher asked who the new student was, I stood up to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Polly's maid, Polly's maid. Excuse me? No, I think you're mistaken. I'm no maid, Then I saw Polly looking at me with wicked eyes. I pursed my lips and sat down. Later, when I was having lunch in the cafeteria, she came with a bunch of girls and asked me to get up. Why? You want to sit here? I don't mind. You guys can all join me. They all laughed. Nonsense. Who'd want to sit with a garbage bag for lunch? I just came to tell you to clean my lunchbox. Come on, hurry up. And she threw her lunchbox at me. Ugh, I had to teach this dumbhead a lesson. That night when she was sleeping, I lifted one side of her bed with my hands and dropped it down so hard. She screamed like some kid in a horror movie. It was hilarious. But she just kept torturing me. The only thing she couldn't ruin was my studies. Yeah, I was so good at it. By the time I was in 11th grade, the teacher announced that I was getting an international university scholarship to study in China. I'm so proud of you, Adele. I really wonder how Polly could be your sister. The class cracked up, and I knew that made Polly grow even madder. On our graduation day, I was waiting off stage, getting ready to make my speech. Just then, Polly popped up and whispered, "Hey, Adele, my friend said the day is boring, so let's make your speech fun. I'll teach you. Just say, 'I'm Adele. I'm in love with the basketball captain. Thanks,' and get lost. Nothing else. Got it?" What? No way. I can't do that. Oh, really? Too bad. I thought you wanted a family. Ugh, fine. And I went up, but I said something that shook her. Hi, I'm Polly's sister, and I'm gonna say something on her behalf now. Polly has a crush on the school head girl, and she said she won't live without her. So guys, let's all join hands in uniting these lovebirds. The whole auditorium echoed with laughter. I was told to immediately leave the stage, but the satisfaction I got out of it was priceless. I went home that evening expecting her to burst out, but to my shock, she had locked herself up in her room and wouldn't open it. I asked my parents, but they had no idea. The next morning at breakfast, all my parents were talking about was my scholarship and how they were going to miss me.
Oh, honey, I'm just so happy we adopted you. We're so proud.
Oh, really? Now you're proud of her? Then why did you throw her away like garbage when she was born? And why didn't you tell me she was my frickin' twin sister? Anyway, send her back. I don't want her. Wait, what? Did she just say I'm her twin? I couldn't believe it. But then she threw a paper on my face. It was my birth certificate, and my adopted parents' names were there, which meant they're my real family? I flipped the dining table up angrily, and they all looked ghost-struck. Why? Why did you give up on me? Do you know how much I suffered all my life? Everyone called me a dumb orphan when I'm really not one. Now I think I was better as an orphan. God, it sucks to be standing here. I'm not putting up with your devil daughter or your lying faces anymore. I'm out of here forever. Adele, please, listen. It's true, you are our real daughter, but we just...
Sweetie, we weren't financially stable then to raise twins, so we had to give one up. But now that we're rich enough for the two of you, we took you back. We're sorry.
But I wasn't having it. How could they even do that to me? And Polly? She'd been the worst twin sister anyone could get. Thankfully, I had my scholarship, and I just flew away to China as fast as I could. There, I stayed in the hostel on the college campus. Adapting to a new place was a bit difficult at first. The food, the people, everything was different. But college started off on a good note. All the scholarship students were called onto the stage on the first day and appreciated by everyone. Soon we had our freshers party, and my roommates took me shopping to get some cool dresses. As I was trying on a dress, a girl with glasses barged in. I immediately covered myself and yelled at her. Jeez, are you out of your mind? Where are your manners? You should... Shush, please. I'm sorry. I'm just hiding from someone. Ugh, my mom. She wants me to wear this ridiculous dress with antique frills and lace for my freshers party. I stood confused, but then her mom suddenly opened the door too. God!
Oh dear, I heard you. You're still my little kitty playing peekaboo. Come on, let's try out this dress now.
Ugh, I got mad at both of them. I quickly put on my dress and kicked the door open. But gosh, it broke open and flew off. I ran out. Later, I got to know the girl with the glasses was Fen, my classmate. I bumped into her at the freshers' party again, and she freaked out seeing me.
Oh God, you? I'm sorry.
Please don't hurt me the way that you kicked down that door. And she literally knelt down with tears. Hey, stop. I don't want anyone knowing about that, all right? Can you keep this a secret? I will. I'll do anything. And I'm sorry for my mom again. She's just... you won't understand, 'cause your mom's probably not that type. Let's not talk about that. And hey, looks like you aren't wearing the frills and lace dress. We laughed, talked, danced, and had so much fun. Then she invited me over to her house for dinner. And honestly, I loved her mom. She was so nice and attentive. One day when we were at the cafeteria, Fen's mom ran inside like crazy, shouting both our names. Fen shrieked and dragged her mom outside. I ran after her, shouting, "Hey, Fen, stop. Don't drive her away or I'm gonna kick you now." They both stopped and stared at me. She's your mom. Not everyone is lucky enough to have one all their life. Please, don't shoo away her love. Her mom burst into tears and hugged me. She'd brought lunch for me too, and promised she'd bring it every day. Days passed. I got letters and phone calls from my real parents sometimes, but I totally ignored them and focused on my studies. One day, as I was going to class, I saw Fen on the ground. She was standing with folded hands in front of two boys who were swinging her glasses in the air. What were they doing to her? I ran fast to them and yelled, "Hey, you! What do you want from my friend?"
Friend? That's so funny. Mom always says that weirdos stick together.
Oh, we do, Mama's boy. Saying that, I took Fen's hand and started walking away. It got on the boys' nerves. They held my bag and pulled me back. I was fuming already. I just slapped him, breaking at least 2 of his teeth. Fen was so happy. She hugged me tight and took me home that evening, telling her mom about all that had happened.
Oh, Adele, how can I thank you? You know, Fen's been bullied a lot. Since her school days, there was never a day she came back home without tears. But now, she comes home every day and talks happily about you.
That's not a big deal, Auntie. All she needs is some support to stand up. You're making me feel like I'm her big sister. That's why I brought you here today, Adele. I told my mom about you, and she wanted to give you something you deserve, a family. Would you mind being a part of us forever? Oh, are you guys saying this for real? I mean, this is a very big decision. You don't have to do this, 'cause I don't want to be a burden. And after all I've been through, I'm far from trusting people, you know. But Fen and her mom were sure of what they were saying. They asked me to take as much time as I wanted to think about it. I thanked them and left for my room. That night, I couldn't help but think about my real family. I still had my mom's number, and I called her. She was so happy to hear from me that she burst into tears. Just stop crying and listen, please. I didn't call you to say I miss you. In fact, I'm so happy here with some good, honest people. I even found a real mom and a sister who truly love me. They're ready to take me in with them forever. I'm gonna say yes. She just said no and cried out loud. I knew she felt really bad, but what they all did to me was beyond forgiveness. I hung up the phone. After the weekend, I was getting ready for class. Just then, a girl informed me that I had some visitors. I went out to see. It was Dad, Mom, and Polly. What are you guys doing here? Mom ran to me and hugged me tight. Dad had teary eyes too. They both apologized once again.
Please consider taking us back, darling. You're our treasure. I regret giving you up every minute.
What are you looking at, Polly? Why did I drag you here? I don't know what to say. I've been a horrible sister. No apology can fix that. But, Adele, I feel really bad for everything I did to you. Please forgive me and come back. She cried. I'd never seen her do that. I went close and hugged her. They all tried to convince me, but I didn't make any promises. My life is good here. I'm gonna study more and make my own future. I can forgive you now, but I'm not sure I have the same feelings I had for you before. I'm letting time decide further. I knew I wasn't ready for a family then. I just went back to my college life and friendship.